Right, I'm going to begin, guys, by asking, I'm guilty of creating stories for people when I sort of go past on the train. I look at sort of certain houses or people. I'm just wondering if that's something you guys have ever done. Do you ever kind of look out of the window and start kind of creating narratives for people that walk past?
I think we've all done it. I think that's why it's so relatable, that first few moments of the book and the script. You just go, yeah, I've done that. I did it on the train coming back from Wales the other week, doing exactly that, although it didn't really slow down enough for me to have created the complete storylines that Rachel has created in her head. But, yeah.
I mean, no, I've never done it on a train necessarily, but definitely in life. I live in New York City, so it's something that I always do. I'm always like peering out my windows and hoping that somebody has their light on so I could see past their,
Do you have like
shadowy
binoculars and
Yeah, I
telescope?
should.
The cinema got weird pretty quickly.
Christmas presents, if anyone wants to send me Christmas binoculars. Perfect.
Because Tate's reputation as a filmmaker is growing with every passing movie, and of course he comes into this craft from an actor's. He used to be an actor. I was wondering, do you think that helps when you kind of work with directors who used to be actors? Do they understand it more from your perspective? Do you find?
Well, I think Tate has the ability to kind of like just cut out the BS, and he's not like flowery about his direction. He gets straight to the point, at least from my experience. He's not super. He just
gets on with it,
Yeah.
And I think definitely the fact that he was an actor means that he knows how we tick. And for me, I think for both of us, I think he's good at just planting a little seed and letting you work it out yourself, because that's, as an actor, it's the best way of discovering a track through a scene or whatever, is by learning it yourself, not going, no, do this, look that way, touch that person at that point, and that it becomes very fake and unusual. But he's not like that, and he's a really nice guy, isn't he? He's really fun on the film set.
Yeah, he doesn't make you overthink things. He doesn't want to distract you, or sometimes if you get too much direction, he just has this ability to just nudge you in the right direction. Or yeah.
And the film obviously takes this kind of non-linear approach, and we, as an audience member, we're just piecing it together as we go along. Because obviously the way it's shot and the kind of order of it's so kind of, it's quite disorientating. When you guys watch the film back, are you able to kind of get immersed in it as an audience member would and try and piece it sort of together yourself? Because I guess it wasn't chronological when you were shooting, I imagine.
Oh, it was weird for me. I always like the view.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the actual film. I mean, when you're shooting the movie, you're so immersed in the moment, and so then seeing it all together in a cohesive way, it's definitely a strange experience.
It was it's a lot of different stories that every so often overlap, and so in a way I sort of was encapsulated by I worked with two people in the film.
Yeah.
You and Emily, and that's basically it. There's so many other characters in the film, but they're the only two that I really crossed over with. So my little short film was sort of interspersed with the other short films, the other characters.
So you kind of were getting to peer into the lives of other characters that we didn't necessarily come in contact with in the film.
And Hayley, you've got Terrence Malick's Weightless coming up. I mean, his films are so unique to watch. Are they unique to shoot as well? What was that experience like for you?
Absolutely. I mean, working with Terrence Malick, it's the most unconventional and most rewarding thing, I think, for an actor to have that opportunity to work with him. It's so different than anything that I've ever done. Very spontaneous. You're just following impulses, and you get your pages not in the conventional way. You get them in a FedEx package on your doorstep. Wow. At least I did.
And just Luke, very, very quickly, we briefly discussed Beauty and the Beast when we met for High Rise. I was just wondering, you were very excited about it then. Have you had a chance now to see more of the finished product?
About what? The Beauty and the Beast?
Have you had a chance then to see more kind of footage from it?
Well, I've seen like 3 cuts of it now, and every time I see it, it's moved further and further to the final product, but there's a lot to do. I'm sure they're almost there now, I think. But, you finally get to see the clock talk and the candelabra move, and obviously when we shot the film, we didn't see any of that. And the Beast, So for a lot of the human characters in the film, we really have a huge sort of moment when we're going to actually see it and when we're reacting, which I've obviously done before on substantial films which have a lot of CGI. So yeah, it's exciting. But what I've seen, the reaction of the audience was unbelievable. with even a half a film. So it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey